Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video that explained some of the things that the calculator can do. And I know that, especially if you're not coming in, if we're still maintaining social distancing, trying to figure out the calculator on your own can be kind of difficult. So, one of the things I want to show you how to do with the calculator is put fractions in. So, let's say that you get a problem that looks like this. So, we've got 4/7 plus 6 1/3. And so, I mean, we can do this without the calculator, but let's say it's the section with the calculator. We want to go ahead and use it. So, what you do on your calculator, there is this button that says N over D. And so, to put fractions into your calculator, you're going to hit this button. And so, whenever you do that, you get these two boxes over a line. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to type my top number first, and then I'm going to hit this down arrow that's on the circle here. And that sends me to the bottom part of my fraction. And then I'm going to hit my 7 for my bottom number. And then I'm going to hit my right arrow to go over. Because if you don't go over, it'll just keep adding numbers to the bottom part of the fraction. So always make sure that you go over. All right, and then I'm going to hit add because I'm adding my fractions. Now, this fraction is 6 1/3. So that's what's called a mixed number. And the way that we put those in our calculator, you hit the second button and then you hit that same fraction. And so where it has the bigger circle or the bigger box and then the two boxes in the fraction, that tells me that, hey, that this is where I need to be to put in a mixed number. So you always type your big number first, and then you're going to hit your right arrow, just like on the other ones. Hit your top number, down arrow, and then your bottom number, and then hit over. And then we're just going to hit enter. So when we get this, we get 145 over 21. But the thing that's wrong about this particular answer is that this is an improper fraction. I want it to be a mixed number. And so to make this a mixed number, we can do that with our calculator. So all you do is hit your second button, and then you are going to hit this X10 in button and hit enter. And so it took it from 145 over 21 to 6 and 19 over 21. So both of these are technically the same thing, but this one reduces it down to a mixed number, and that's more likely something that we would get on the actual GED. So that is what we do with fractions, but let's try this together. So let me delete this, or clear, excuse me. So let's say I've got 2 1/3 divided by 3/4. So this one right here is a mixed number. So I'm going to have to use the second button, the second version of the N over D. So I'm going to hit second and then N over D. And then just like the last time, I type my big number first, my right arrow over, top number, down, and then my bottom number. And then I hit over, and then I'm going to hit divide. And then I'm going to type in my second fraction. So that one's a regular fraction, so I'm going to hit N over D, type my top number, down, my bottom number, over, and then I'm going to hit enter. And so I get 28 over 9, but again, I want this as a mixed number, not an improper fraction. So remember, to change this to a mixed number, I use this button. So I'm going to hit the second button and hit that X10 in, and then enter. So this is really equal to 3 1/9. And another thing that you can do with fractions, what if they want you to write your answer as a decimal? So if you want to go from decimals to fraction or vice versa, there's a way to do that on your calculator. So I have 3 and 1/9 as a fraction on here, but I want to turn this into a decimal. So what you do is you hit second, and then you hit the button that says table. Because see how it has the F arrow D? That's telling you that it changes your answer from a fraction to a decimal and vice versa. So that's what this button does. And then we just hit enter, and it makes it 3.11111. And then we do the exact same thing if we want to go from a decimal to a fraction. So again, we hit second, and then the table button, enter, and that changed it to a fraction. So, but this changed it to an improper fraction. So what do I do if I want it to be a mixed number? Remember, I used this button right here. So I'm going to hit second, x10n, enter, and it takes it back to 3 and 1/9. And so that's pretty much it for fractions. So that's how we go from fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions, and how we put these into the calculator. So I hope this helps. I hope that this explains some stuff for you. And yeah, so be sure to check the Google Classroom and Facebook for some more of these calculator tutorials. So we're just trying to explain how to use the calculator if you can't come in face to face, but hopefully this helped you a little bit. All right, thanks for joining us. Bye.